Come on in. Go ahead and leave your notes right there on the table. You can completely close that laptop lid now. Let's just hear that satisfying little click of the magnetic latch closing shut. And there, the screen is dark. The pixels are officially asleep. I've been waiting to hear from you all evening because I knew today was the day you finally had to stand up there and show them that massive presentation. The slide deck you've been obsessing over for 2 straight weeks. Tell me everything. How did it actually go? Did the conference room projector completely ruin the color palette you spent 3 hours customizing? Because I remember you telling me how careful you were to pick a very specific shade of slate gray so it wouldn't look too aggressive. And projectors always have a weird way of turning everything a strange, sickly shade of lime green. And please tell me nobody in management asked you to change the aspect ratio at the very last minute. There's a special kind of corporate purgatory reserved for people who ask to convert a widescreen 16:9 slide deck into a 4:3 square format 10 minutes before a meeting starts. It completely destroys the text boundaries. Suddenly your titles are overlapping your logos, and everything looks like a digital pile of bricks. Did anyone actually notice that one text box on slide 14 that was just 3 pixels lower than all the others? I know you stayed up until midnight yesterday trying to get the alignment tools to cooperate. And the smart guides in that software can be so incredibly stubborn. You try to drag a shape just a tiny fraction to the left, and it suddenly jumps halfway across the screen because it thinks it knows what you want better than you do. I brought you some warm chamomile tea. No caffeine this late. You've had enough nervous energy circulating through your system to power a small data center today. Just take a slow sip if you want to. Let the warmth settle down into your chest. It must feel so strange to spend hours and hours condensing your entire month of analytical labor into tiny, digestible bullet points. Bullet points are such a funny concept when you really think about them. We take these massive, complex human achievements and try to trap them inside tiny little black dots on a white background. And heaven forbid, one of those dots is a slightly different size or shape than the others. Did your boss do that thing where they stare blankly at a slide full of comprehensive data, skip completely past the core message, and just point out a single missing comma on a footnote? There is always one person in the room who treats a presentation like a proofreading exam rather than a strategic summary. It's like their eyes are biologically programmed to find the one accidental double space between words. And how did the transitions go? I really hope you resisted the temptation to use the star wipe or the curtain peel effect. Though, honestly, sometimes I think a dramatic typewriter animation for a bullet point about quarterly budget deficits would be absolutely hilarious. It would bring a little bit of theatrical drama to the dullness of the afternoon. The room you're in right now doesn't have a projector screen. It doesn't have a laser pointer. You don't need to stand up straight nor modulate your vocal tone to sound authoritative and confident. You can just let your grammar fall apart a little bit. You don't need to speak in complete, structured sentences right now. I was thinking about the concept of presenter view earlier today. It's such a fascinating psychological safety net. You have your secret little script hidden away on your private screen, while the rest of the world only sees the clean, polished facade on the wall. It's a lot like being a person, isn't it? We keep all our messy notes, our anxieties, and our frantic reminders hidden in the presenter view of our brains, hoping everyone else just focuses on the pretty slides we show them. But tonight, you can turn off presenter view. You don't have to look ahead to the next slide to see what's coming. There is no next slide. The presentation has concluded. The audience has gone home. The building security guards are walking through those dark hallways downstairs, turning off the lights one by one. Let your eyes drift away from the memory of that bright white background template. The default layouts are always so blindingly bright. It's like the software developers want to burn the corporate goals directly into your retinas. Let that harsh white light dissolve into a soft, blurry shadow. Did you have to deal with the inevitable technical difficulty at the beginning? The classic 5 minutes of standing awkwardly at the front of the room while someone tries to figure out why the audio isn't routing through the ceiling speakers. Can everyone see my screen? Can the people on the video call hear me? It's the universal corporate chant of the 21st century. It's our generation's version of a campfire story invocation. You can leave those virtual meetings on mute forever now. Nobody is going to ask you to share your screen. Nobody is going to request that you drop a file link into the chat box. The servers are quiet. The data streams have slowed down to a gentle trickle. I like to think about what happens to all those millions of forgotten presentation files stored on corporate hard drives. Gigabytes of charts and clip art sitting in dark server farms, completely abandoned after their 15 minutes of fame in a Tuesday morning staff meeting. They just sleep there, undisturbed, surrounded by old emails and outdated policy documents. Your file can go to sleep now too. It did its job. It survived the meeting. Let your shoulders drop down. Let the muscles around your jaw loosen up. You don't need to smile politely at a confusing question from a senior vice president right now. You don't need to pivot the conversation or promise to take that item offline to research it further. And the deadline has passed. The numbers are locked in. The final slide has been displayed, and the applause, or the collective sigh of relief that the meeting was over, has completely faded into the evening air. You navigated the agenda perfectly. The text boxes are melting away into the dark. The bullet points are drifting into the background like tiny distant stars. The entire deck is closing down, section by section, slide by slide. You are completely off the clock.